19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Yeah, wake up in the morning.
Yeah, there it is.
It's the 20th day of August. It is Wednesday, and thank you for tuning in this morning to The Source, WOCA. Got a good show, hopefully. Hopefully you'll agree with me is what I should say. 73 degrees here at The Source, WOCA.
Yeah. Nice outside.
Yeah. And it looks beautiful. I don't see, from my perspective, Robin, I don't see a single cloud in the sky.
I see wispies, but that's all I see from my perspective. They're just barely there.
So good morning, Robin, and good morning, everybody. Let's see, we've got a good show planned at 7:35. There are so many things happening in the world, and I don't know what to say. Again, I've said this every day since the issues happening in Ferguson, Missouri, that I don't know what to say other than people are being thugs. People are acting with criminal behavior, and I just hope it all works out.
Yeah, me too.
The governor today, however, will be meeting with scientists who want to persuade the governor to change his mind about what he believes about global warming. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. And it is a topic we've talked about before. And we've mentioned the same. Apparently the governor either agrees with us or just had the same thought as us, that we're not really scientists, so we really don't know about global warming. But my question to everybody who's ever called in to try to convince us that they were right about global warming is, what do you want us to do? Mm-hmm. What exactly do you want us to do? I found an interesting report, and I agree that we should be good stewards of the land. I've always said that. But there's a report that says people who claim to worry about climate change use more electricity than those who aren't even concerned with it.
I believe that.
I want to share that with you when we get there.
They still fly in their Lear
Plus,
jets,
I want to tell you a story about a man from Taured. I don't know if you ever heard about the man from Taured.
No.
Taured. You won't find it on a map. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
But this man was from there. Does that make it a little mysterious?
It does.
Yeah, so I will tell you about the man from Taured, and that's kind of a fun thing that I'll do at 7:35, and then we'll shift over to the discussion about global warming and mostly about, well, what do you want us to do about it? I mean, what do the global warmist people want us to do about it?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm on your side if you want me to just, be a good steward, but I've always been there.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people I know who pretty much are in the same place I am in life. I've always been there as well. So
yeah.
So that's 7:35. 8:35 News Bites. We turn off the opinion, turn on the facts, ma'am. And that's what the News Bites program is about. It's about simply reading the news. But the difference is that it is abbreviated, it is shortened. We do get to the point, cut to the chase, and give you a chance to catch up on a bunch of news without having to spend all day trying to do so. That's at 8:35 every weekday morning. In the studio at 9:05, Jane Morley is coming on. She is a candidate for the Marion County Commission. She wants to hold the District 3 seat. And so I'm looking forward to meeting her and having her in the studio with us. 9:20 today, Jeff Livingston will be on the phone. He's the Senior Vice President of Education Policy for McGraw-Hill Education. And I'm sure you're familiar with that publisher. Adaptive learning is what he wants to talk to us about. It's a way for students to turn their B into an A. Mm-hmm. In other words, your C could be a B and your D could be a C.
Right, exactly.
I got it. But see, if your D can become a C, then one more step. C can become a B, and then you're almost done. B can become an A. So
McGraw-Hill, forced to be respected.
Yeah, forced to be respected. Career Source at 9:35. Laura Burns representing Career Source, of course. She's our friend and a good friend of the show, a good friend of the radio station, and just always a joy to have her here. She's going to tell us about some jobs that are available. I don't know what they are.
No.
But we'll find out what they are.
Yeah.
When she gets here. Allison Lurie at 10:05. Allison is a Pulitzer Prize winning author and a member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what that is. But she's written a book called The Language of Houses, How Buildings Speak to Us. I kind of like this topic.
I think it's a cool
This was kind
topic.
of a fun topic because I can kind of relate to it, Mm-hmm. If you go to a cathedral, it sort of has a certain feel. If you go to a factory, it sort of has a feel. But you go to a house, Just a house. Why does a house have a feel? You understand
Yeah.
why a cathedral and a factory have a certain feel, but why would a house seem to have a feeling to it? So it's going to be an interesting discussion. John Fuller should be back from his vacation and in the studio at 10:35. His program is called Legally Yours. He is our legal expert, and he's also an attorney here in Ocala. He owns a law firm with his beautiful wife, Janet.
Yep.
Janet and John are the two Fullers in Fuller and Fuller, and so he'll be here to answer your law questions. Zach Leverins at 11:05. Zach is the chief executive officer of something called Everyone On. This is new technology that is available for us, and I'm looking forward to finding out what it is.
Yep.
Laura Caldwell is an attorney and the founder of the Life After Innocence Project. Interesting. Her book is called The Dog Park. It is a romance novel, but I'm anxious to talk to her a little bit about what she does where after people have been found, they weren't guilty after all.
Yeah.
So now what do you do? So I know it's two different topics and we have a short period with her, but anyway, we'll squeeze it in there. Some news this morning, absolutely horrible news out of
Orlando?
Iraq. Huh?
Oh, Iraq.
Where were you saying? Orlando?
Yeah.
Oh, is there something I don't know happened in Orlando?
Oh, okay. There was a tourist, a young girl about 22, at a bar this morning, and some other guy was drunk and pulled out a gun, and the police were shooting at the guy, and then one of their bullets hit the girl and killed her.
Wow.
So that's why I thought.
Oh, I didn't.
that's what
How
you
did
were
I miss
gonna
that
say.
one? Well, that must have been like after I
It
got
just-
up.
Yeah, it just like was right away.
It just happened, really.
Yeah.
Okay. James Foley, the journalist who's been missing since November of 2012, was beheaded, and there's a video online showing it.
Oh.
I chose to not watch it.
Oh,
It
I
said,
can't
warning,
see
it's
that.
explicit video ahead, so I said, I don't need to see that.
I can't see that.
But the video, the ISIS militants who beheaded American journalist James Foley did that and said they'll do the same thing to another journalist if President Obama does not end military operations in Iraq.
And they had him for a long time, didn't they?
Had him since November of 2012.
Where was our government to try to get him out?
And Rick Perry turned himself in. Texas Governor Rick Perry turned himself in, had a mugshot, and then went to go get an ice cream.
Oh, well, good for him.
It was great.
This is just so ludicrous.
And in Iraq, we're trying to do humanitarian things as well for the good guys. And the UN Refugee Agency begins a massive 4-day airlift today into Erbil. Is it Erbil? In northern Iraq, it's one of the largest humanitarian aid pushes the agency has ever undertaken. So we'll be hearing more about that later today. It's probably happening right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, 500,000 refugees have been displaced as ISIS militants have advanced. Just a mess over there.
Just doesn't make sense. Give everything to the Iraqi forces, and they still let them overrun their country.
So there you go. It's a messy world, Robin. Just the
It
messy
is.
world we live in.
It's so scary. You just want to cry.
And then locally, Ocala's saggy pants ordinance. Apparently, nothing changed yesterday. The NAACP showed up at the city council and said, we're going to threaten legal action if you don't change this thing. And
Yeah, I heard your news this
They listened and they didn't do anything. Now, I said this yesterday that I don't think the saggy pants law should be a law. It's a crazy law.
Ridiculous.
But I also don't think the NAACP should be trying to bully our council members into doing what they think should be done.
Yeah.
We, the people, should be telling the city council what we think should be done.
Exactly.
And doing it in a way that is already set up. You don't bully our legislators. Although Reverend Reginald Willis did have a good point, and his point was that if saggy pants are a law violation, then that would mean that somebody with saggy pants would be arrested and then patted down and have to go through the whole procedure and the booking and all that stuff. So
we should have a saggy pants day. Just everybody in the whole county.
see, this is where I disagree. This is where I disagree.
I know. I'm
If
too
they
radical.
made it against the law,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I may disagree with the law, but I've said it a million times. If the government said marbles are illegal, I wouldn't have any marbles.
I don't have many as it is.
It's just, I like being free. I know the laws can be dopey, but I don't want to break them. If I know about them, I'll avoid breaking them. Let's see, was there another one? Oh, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection is hosting public workshops to present the information about the nutrient content in our rivers and our waterways.
Nice.
Now, the announcement came yesterday. Everybody's invited to this. Mm-hmm. And the first one is this morning at 9 o'clock.
Oh,
so,
nice.
And it's in Tallahassee.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, there are two others. And so what I did this morning, because you can attend these workshops, how about this, online? There's something they set up to do it virtually.
Wow.
Yeah, you can attend it online. So if you go to the WOCA Facebook page, I put all the information on there, and it should be at the very top because I don't think you put anything yet, right, Robin?
No, not this morning.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. An American journalist beheaded by ISIS militants. A video of what appears to be James Foley's execution was posted online yesterday.
His mother issued a statement on Facebook saying, in part, "We have never been prouder of our son Jim." In the video, ISIS says if the U.S. attacks against the terror group continue, they will execute another American hostage.
Fox's Leland Vittert. A grand jury is expected to begin hearing evidence today in the fatal shooting of Michael Brown. Protests continued in Ferguson, Missouri last night, police arresting 47 people.
No smoke bombs, no tear gas was used by police. We did deploy very limited pepper spray. And tonight, once again, no police officer fired a single bullet.
State Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson. And gay marriage becomes legal in Virginia tomorrow unless the Supreme Court steps in. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
We should eat our larger meals earlier in the day so we have energy, and eat our smallest meal at night so the body can focus on sleeping. Successful relationships aren't supposed to be perfect. They require vulnerability. Telling yourself that the guy isn't good enough, our expert says you're really just giving yourself an excuse to stop trying. Couples should send 2 texts a day that provoke interest, like, I want to tell you about this cool vacation idea I had.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning into The Source, WOCA, here at the Paddock Mall. 73 degrees. Looks like a nice day ahead, so we're looking forward to it. And the story you mentioned, Robin, about the woman shoes. This is a horrible story out of Orlando. It was yesterday morning at 12:45 a.m. outside the bar on Orange Avenue in Orlando. Officers responded to a man with a gun. Officers Eduardo Sanguino, Jeff Angel, and Lieutenant Frank Nunez arrived to find a man matching the description of a reported armed suspect. Witnesses said the suspect, Cody Roach, was a regular at the bar. A man said Roach tried to walk inside the bar with his firearm. 911 calls began to come in to dispatchers of a man with a gun outside the nightclub in downtown Orlando. One caller said he was banging on the door with a gun. A few minutes later, another caller identified himself as an employee of the bar and said Roach had been giving them trouble earlier. Anyway, long story short, the guns started to be fired, and there's a 22-year-old woman who was not even part of this, who is dead. Her name is Maria Godinez. She was hit by a stray bullet from Officer Sanguino. Oh. She later died at Orlando Regional Medical Center. And I apologize. I didn't see that for some reason. I look at news from all over the state, and how I missed this one, I don't know. I don't know how I missed it.
Well, it was. I thought it was this morning, but you said it was yesterday, so it's still so tragic.
It's 12:45 a.m. Tuesday.
So tragic.
That's what happened. All right, let's see. Couple things I want to make sure I mention. I wanted to tell you about the Chamber and Economic Partnership ribbon cutting that you are invited to. It's a grand opening celebration of an advanced auto parts store in Summerfield. So you'll have to drive south if you're in Ocala and go to Summerfield. This is in a shopping plaza at the Stonecrest community. You'd have to go south on 441, cross over State Road 42. 1 mile after that, on your left, is Stonecrest, and the shopping plaza is right in front of that community.
Oh, okay.
And the ribbon cutting is 10:30 in the morning. 10:30 in the morning for that ribbon cutting. Now, I do want to talk about the global warming thing, and I have an interesting article that you might find funny, unless you think it's insulting somehow. People who claim to worry about climate change use more electricity than those who don't. Okay, so that's the article I want to read you. But first, something totally unrelated. I want to read you I won't read the whole thing, but I'll just tell you the man from Torrid story.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. It's a curiosity.
Now, this is not new. This goes back to 1954, but I was reading it this morning. And you know how when you find something online, it takes you down what they call a rabbit hole?
Yes.
Which means that, if you don't already know, I don't need to explain it to most people, but, that story leads to another story, leads to another story. So one day, maybe I'll make it one of the segments we do with Galen, which, by the way, today with Galen, we're talking about, I didn't tell you, words of wisdom.
Oh,
Words of wisdom with Galen.
Excellent.
We're going to do that. And then on Fun with Joe, I meant to mention this also. At 11:45, the game will be movie spoilers.
Oh.
You're going to have to finish the movie spoiler. So if you haven't seen any of these movies, they've all been around a while, but still, if you haven't seen them and you don't want to have the story spoiled, then turn off your sound and just watch the picture. So let me tell you about the man from Torrid, and then we'll talk about global warming. This was 1954. There was a guy who flew in to Tokyo, Japan. When he landed at the Tokyo International Airport, everything was normal. He handed over his passport to be stamped, and he was immediately interrogated to the whereabouts of his origins.
Oh.
He said, "I'm from Torrid." They didn't know. Nobody knew where Torrid was. So he said that his country was located between France and Spain. But when he was asked to point it out on a map, he pointed to the Principality of Andorra, not to Torrid.
Okay.
He insisted that he had never heard of Andorra. And that Torrid had existed for like 1,000 years. He claimed he had been in Japan on business, something he'd been doing for the past several years. His passport seemed to back up his story. It was customs had previously let him go through. He had visa stamps on it and everything, so it showed that nobody had a problem with him before. And he carried legal currency from several European countries, including Torrid.
Wow.
Torrid.
Wow.
He even had a driver's license issued by Torrid, the country of Torrid, and a checkbook containing checks from an unknown bank in the country of Torrid.
Wow.
Now, why would he prepare all this stuff just to goof with customs agents?
Yeah. In 1954, it's not like they had photocopiers back then.
Well, that's a really good point. Anyway, so he was interrogated, and nobody knew what to do. He was then sent to a nearby hotel, and armed security guards were told to stand outside the door until they could figure out who he was to make sure he wasn't a threat. 1954. This was not this is just like, just a shy short of a decade after the end of World War II.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we were still, leery of each other. Mm-hmm. Anyway, immigration officials stood outside the hotel door until morning. It was discovered that he had vanished. He wasn't in the room. Oh. The room was 15 stories high. There was a window, but there was no balcony, no nothing for him to get out. The Tokyo Police Department conducted a search, came up with nothing. There you go. Mystery.
Wow.
I mean, what do you make of that?
Wow. Was his baggage and stuff gone too? Or?
Everything was gone. He was gone.
Wow.
He returned to his parallel world, whatever that is.
Wow.
So the rabbit hole that I mentioned took me to another one.
This is fast. This gives me chills.
This one's a cool one. The other one is like, oh, come on. This is a dopey one.
No, this was cool.
No, this was cool. But the next one, the rabbit hole I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
The rabbit hole was a dopey one.
Oh, okay.
Should I share this with you now? I don't have it in front of me. So this guy went through some kind of a portal or something and ended up in a parallel universe. And for some reason, he was chatting with somebody there, not even knowing he was in a parallel universe, and talking about the Beatles, the musical group, the Beatles. Mm-hmm. He goes, "Yeah, I love the Beatles. I'm gonna see them tonight." Mm-hmm. You're gonna see them tonight? What do you mean? Like a band that does their shit? No, they're playing in town. Mm-hmm. The Beatles are playing in town. Well, all four Beatles in this parallel world are not only still alive, but they're old. They're like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Maybe in the parallel world, the Rolling Stones are all dead. Who knows?
Yeah, that could be.
But in this parallel world, this guy claims he was in. He went to a Beatles concert with this guy he met. And all four of the guys were actually there.
Wow.
And guess what he bought at the concert? He bought a cassette.
Oh.
I don't know why cassettes. I don't know, maybe this was before CDs. I don't know. But anyway, so he bought a cassette.
Gosh.
And the cassette music is posted online. So
really?
Yeah. So I listened to it.
Oh.
I know Beatles music pretty well. To me, it just sounded like somebody took some, really good equipment and remixed some of their songs and mixed them together. Oh. And that's what it sounds like to me. But I think that's a dopey one. But this Torrid one was really kind of a neat one.
That is outstanding. That is really cool. Makes you think.
All right, so I thought you would enjoy that story.
I love
just a little something on the light side.
Torrid.
All right, scientists are with the governor today. Supposed to meet with him today, Governor Scott. I'm sorry, they met with him yesterday to try to convince him to change his mind about global warming. 5 climate scientists warned Florida Governor Rick Scott in a meeting on Tuesday that a steadily rising ocean was a major threat to the state's future, urging it to become a leader in developing solar energy and other clean power sources.
Gosh.
Okay. That's what they want us to do. The Republican governor, who disputed the human impact on climate change in his campaign in 2010, agreed to meet with the scientists after his main Democratic challenger, Charlie Crist, proclaimed himself a firm believer in global warming and met with the same 5 scientists.
I love this stuff.
We need to take a little break, and when we come back, I want to share with you an article that is headlined with this: people who claim to worry about climate change use more electricity. So we'll find. I'll tell you that when we come back. This is The Source, WOCA. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It looks pretty nice out there. We'll be right back.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixed with clouds today and a thunderstorm near the coast. High 93 to 95. Patchy clouds tonight, low 72 to 77. Tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds and hot. A thunderstorm mainly inland, high 93 to 96. Friday, still quite hot with clouds and sun and a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
1370 WOCA.
We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so we were talking about the fact that the governor met with some scientists yesterday trying to persuade him to think the way they do regarding global warming. And we've had our share of scientists teaching us. I don't know that they were trying to convince us of anything, because I don't know. All I know is that the predictions that the global caps would be melted by 2013, I know that didn't happen. On the other hand, I know that the glacial, what's it, glacial, the park, the national park, Glacier National Park, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
I know that there are fewer glaciers there now than ever before, so that part is true. So I don't know what to believe, but the question I've always had for all of them is what do you want us to do? Exactly what do you want me to do? Me personally, what do you want me to do? And, well, we want you to drive less. I don't drive much. We want you to use less electricity. I guarantee you, nobody uses less than me.
Exactly. I can attest to that.
Nobody uses less than me. So what do you want me to do? I mean, what do you want the governor to do? Well, I guess they want the governor to invest taxpayer money into solar energy and taxpayer money into clean power sources. And I guess the argument has always been, okay, I understand that you feel that's the best way to do it, and I don't see any reason why I would disagree with that, but why can't it be the marketplace that dictates this?
Yeah.
That's what I've always said. Okay, I understand this is a good thing. I believe you. I mean, you're the scientist, I'm not. So why can't we just let the marketplace dictate it? Why don't we let you and I, the consumer, say, wow, look at that. I can drive a car with a solar cell on top of it and not have to stop at a gas station. That would be good.
Yeah, exactly. Just go ahead and do it.
See, when you talk about electric cars, there's still something creating the electricity, which is it's kind of one of those scientific things, like what do they say? Energy doesn't dissipate or whatever, doesn't disappear. It always just changes form.
Right. Exactly.
So I wanted to just read this bit, and I know they've got a phone call, so I'll take a call. Just hang on a second, whoever's on the phone. This is an article in the Telegraph, which is a British newspaper. It says, people who claim to worry, and it's dated, by the way, July 14th of this year. People who claim to worry about climate change use more electricity than those who do not. This, according to a government study. This is their government, okay? Those who say they are concerned about the prospect of climate change consume more energy than those who say it is too far into the future to worry about, according to the study commissioned by the Department of Energy and Climate Change. That is in part due to age, as people over 65 are more frugal with electricity, but less concerned about global warming. However, even when retirees are discounted, in other words, taken out of the mix, there is only a weak trend to show that people who profess to care about climate change do much to cut their energy use. So again, go back to my question, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it too, then good for you, because I've been doing it, to save money. You know, and if you tell me that I need to be using different fertilizer on my lawn so it doesn't trickle into the rivers because it dirties the rivers, I don't disagree with that. I mean, that makes sense.
Sure.
But to try to say, you know what you're doing, you're causing polar bears to be floating around on a 4x4 piece of ice. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. How did that polar bear get there anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
The findings were based on the Household Electricity Survey, which closely monitored the electricity use and views of 250 families over the course of a year. The report, which is online if you want to see it, is published by experts from the Loughborough University and Cambridge Architectural Research Group, and it was commissioned and published by the DECC, and of course this is all British stuff. Those surveyed were asked if they agreed or disagreed with the statement, quote, "The effects of climate change are too far in the future to really worry me," unquote. The researchers wrote, taken all together, households that strongly agreed they were not worried about climate change because it was too far into the future, in fact, used less electricity rather than more, counter to the hypothesis that households concerned about climate change use less electricity. Do I need to read more?
No, it makes
Isn't that
sense.
a cool article? Anyway,
Very cool.
You know what? I need to hold on to this one so that when I have somebody on the phone again arguing with me. All right, good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for waiting.
No, it's me, Tom.
Hey,
Just
Tom.
real quick. I read this in the Star Banner yesterday or the day before an article. There's a solar power plant out in California that uses these mirrors, and these mirrors make the light real hot, and it somehow converts it to electricity. It's clean electricity, yada, 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 yada. One of the side effects of this is when birds fly through this hot light that's created by these mirrors, it kind of cooks them. Now, this is a very successful power plant, and the company that is running it wants to build a bigger one so they can make more clean electricity. But the environmentalists are stopping them because, hey, it's killing birds flying through the hot light. How do we win?
Yeah, how do you win?
Where do we go?
Well, I do have an idea. We could open up a chicken shop or something.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I'm guessing all birds taste the same, no?
They probably do.
Yeah,
Feature them on the menu.
Yeah, put a big net and catch the cooked birds as they drop to the ground, and then serve them up at KFC as a.
And didn't a similar thing happen with the windmills off the coast of Massachusetts when Robert Kennedy Jr. was opposed to that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like hold on, I thought we were supposed to like this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know. We can't win. We can't win.
No. All right.
I don't know what they want. I don't know what these people want.
Well, that's my question. What do you want? And when I heard Bono from the group U2 shouting on stage about, we need to cut back, I'm looking at the lights on him going, you got to be kidding.
Exactly.
Plus all the power it takes to run his amps.
Yeah, everything. Everything. These yeah. All right, Tom, thanks. I think
You're welcome. I just thought it was an amusing little. It's in the Star Banner. It was yesterday or Monday. I can't remember which.
Well, you know what will happen with those birds? Somebody will be eating crow.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
They'll be very
All right, have a great
entrepreneurial.
day.
Thank you, Tom. But so it is my question. If I were the governor, I would say to them, okay, you're a scientist. The governor said, I'm not a scientist, so I don't really have an answer about the global warming question. So then the scientists went to meet with him yesterday, and I'm not the governor, but if I were or was in his shoes, I would say to them, all right, great. Let me just give you the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, you're right. The world is warming up, and we've got to do something about it. And what you say you want is for us to create these solar plants and all that, right? Well, how come if it's so good, we don't just make them and sell them the way iPads sell?
Exactly.
The way anything popular in demand sells. If you're going to tell me that a car will cost less, whether in the long run or from the get-go, because it's either going to be a more affordable car or we'll just use it'll take so little money to run it because of this other form of fuel.
Yeah.
And the same is true, and everybody has brought this up. This is not something I'm bringing up. Everybody has brought up the fact that when you plug in your car to charge it electrically, there's a coal plant somewhere down the line that's making that electricity.
Exactly.
Or a nuclear plant or whatever it may be.
Sure. What you know about the global warming thing, there are ice caves that form every year on Lake Michigan up between Minnesota and Wisconsin. Well, this year when my cousins came down, it was so cold up there that the ice caves expanded. You have to walk like almost 2 miles to get to these ice caves.
They're bigger?
They're bigger. So if it's global warming, those ice caves wouldn't exist like that. So I just don't understand it.
And just to kind of remember something, back I think it was 1970, 72, something like that, was the very first Earth Day.
Yes.
And look, I'm all in favor of being a good steward, but the warning in that article in Time magazine was that global cooling. Remember? A new ice age was upon us.
I remember that.
Same
sure.
people, same mentality. We got to do something. We're causing the world to be frozen. It's going to be frozen before we know it.
Exactly.
Now it's going to be boiling,
Exactly.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning. To go to the fertilizer debate now, I guess that's more for agriculture, but I know my grandfather was a landscape gardener, and he absolutely would not put chemical fertilizer on his customers' lawns. He cut frequently and left the clippings on the lawn as natural fertilizer. He brought in earthworms to aerate. If the soil was a little too acid, he'd drop a little lime. If the soil was too alkaline, he'd drop a little organic sulfur, but he didn't do the chemical fertilizer because he said that burned the lawn.
Yeah, I bet he's right. He's probably right, yeah. Robin's stepdad was the caretaker of the Ocala Municipal Golf Course, right?
Yep. Yep, he was in charge over there.
And he was always making sure that they were using reclaimed water rather than...
Exactly.
There's smart ways to do it, and it's been done before.
Have a good day, all.
Thank you, Jim. By the way, on Jim's note, because I've got another minute, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection is hosting public workshops to present nutrient criteria for Florida's waterways. Mm-hmm. There are 3 of these events. One is today at 9 o'clock in an hour or so. It's in Tallahassee. I know you can't get there, but you can go online and be part of it, I guess. I didn't try out the link, but if you go to the WOCA Facebook page, I put the whole article that I'm extracting this from. It's on, the whole article's on there with the dates and times of not only today's workshop, but the other 2 workshops as well. Mm-hmm. And I believe all 3 workshops can be attended through your computer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
You know, whatever they call that.
That's a good thing.
They promised, let's see, in my notes here, nutrient pollution is defined as excessive amounts of nitrogen or phosphorus in the water. Mm-hmm. And they want to explain how that creates algae and what we can do about it. Now, that stuff makes sense to me. Sure. That makes more sense to me than trying to convince the governor or something. Yeah. All right. We need to take a little break, and we'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. ISIS has beheaded an American journalist, James Foley. A grisly online video has been posted by the terrorist army.
Foley's family has asked for privacy while they mourn. In this video, ISIS says that if the U.S. attacks against them continue, it will execute the other American hostage they have, Steven Sotloff, a man from Miami.
Fox's Leland Vittert. President Obama is expected to make a statement later today. Ferguson, Missouri was quieter overnight. Authorities credit community leaders for their help in preventing more violence, but say not all the troublemakers are locals.
There were 47 arrests tonight, and early this morning compared to 31 at the same time yesterday. I will add that one of the arrestees was an out-of-state violator who we've arrested for the 3rd time.
Missouri State Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson. Unless the Supreme Court says no, gay marriage will become legal in Virginia tomorrow. Fox News, we report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
We should eat our larger meals earlier in the day so we have energy, and eat our smallest meal at night so the body can focus on sleeping. Successful relationships aren't supposed to be perfect. They require vulnerability. Telling yourself that a guy isn't good enough, our expert says you're really just giving yourself an excuse to stop trying. Couples should send 2 texts a day that provoke interest. Like, I want to tell you about this cool vacation idea I had.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 3 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold is on the phone from Life South, and of course, we're going to discuss the importance of donating blood. This segment with Galen Unold from Life South Community Blood Center is brought to you by Penn Flooring. We've got Penn Flooring floors here at WOCA. They're beautiful and durable, and they clean up nice, which it's always an important part. Where are you? Come on, here you go.
I'm here.
There you go. Penn Flooring, providing quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. years. Stop in and visit their spacious showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge, and tell them you heard about them on WOCA during the Galen Unold segment.
Yes.
Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
Where am I? I am in Cordell, Georgia.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Where are you heading to?
Heading up to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
If I say where are you heading without the word to, did I have a dangling participle or something?
Yes.
Where are you heading
Yep.
to? So the word to has to be in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's dangling.
I think you could say, what is your heading? But, yeah.
What is your heading?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that
The
sounds,
Navy talk.
Yeah, that definitely sounds military, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your heading? So how's the blood supply right now?
Actually, we're in good shape. We, for the first time, and as long as I can remember, we have over a 4.5 day supply of O negative, which is pretty incredible. So, yeah, I mean, usually it's at like 2.5 days, so we're in great shape there. And we just need AB positive, AB plasma, sorry. That's really what we're looking for right now.
I think these please help out a lot, because you never know who you're going to touch that says, oh, yeah, let me do that today, and then go on with what else they're doing.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It's awareness. And most people, donating blood is not at the top of their mind. But this show gives me the avenue to make it at the top of people's mind. And, every day we get people that come in and say, hey, is Galen here? And they're like, no. It's kind of funny.
They hate that.
No,
but I'm here.
The staff are like, the staff are like, the new people. They know who I am pretty quickly. And that's a testament to the show. Nothing that I do. It's just this show and the platform that you guys give us.
It is something you do. Are you kidding? Radio waves are nothing without somebody talking on them.
Yeah. I will tell you this. Yesterday, I got home and I was trying to explain to my wife about the P-gas segment. Right? And I was trying to explain to her, what P-gas is. and it didn't go well. It didn't go well.
Oh, no.
It somehow became, so you're on the radio talking about a woman orgasm. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not, so you end up just backstepping and you're like, how in the world did I get to this point?
I'm trying to remember what PGAS stood for. Do you remember what it stood for? I don't remember.
No idea. No, neither do I. All I remember is PGAS, but it didn't have the argument for me at all.
That's right. You gorge yourself and you have an orgasm and you go back for more.
Well, that's what I say. Yeah, it didn't go well. I'll tell you that. And I told him, you need to listen to the show. And I'm like, of all the segments that Larry puts on YouTube, maybe we'll put that one on YouTube, and then I can have you play it.
I probably did. I probably put it on yesterday. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
And then I'll regret that it's up there. But you never know. somebody's gonna Google me and they're gonna come up with P-gas.
That's right.
That was a funny segment. I laughed about that all day long.
We'll have to label it.
Yeah. So today I have words of wisdom, and before I get into the list that I have, and I love some of these, and others, kind of like you've heard them before. But do you? We all can say, "Gosh, I had these words of wisdom from my mom, from my dad, from my uncle, from a friend, from a coach."
From the Beatles.
From the Beatles, right. Do you think, do you already know in advance of any that your sons might say one day, my dad used to always say, and they'll kind of embrace those as words of wisdom?
I don't, that's interesting. I think about that because I think about some of the things my dad said. But, I don't know if there would be one. There are certain things I try to tell him every day. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I tell him to try to be. I tell him to be great. I tell him go be great today, and that's one thing I try to tell him every day.
That's about
it.
That is a great one.
Yeah.
Go be great today.
I talked to this guy, and he's somebody that I've learned by working with him at Dragon Con, and he from a young man, he said, I never wanted to be average, and so he goes, and I'm like, okay, I don't think nobody strives for being average. He goes, so I wanted to be great. So I told myself every day, I have to be great today. And that kind of stuck with me. And so it's, And that's one of those things that I try to pass on. And I think we all try to do it to a certain degree, but that's a hard expectation to live up to every single day, is to be great. So
I knew a guy who was an average guy, and he got married, had children, and he remained an average guy for all of his life, almost all of his life. What happened is his children had children, and he became a grandfather. He was still pretty average, but then one day those children had children, and suddenly he was a great grandfather.
That's very, very true, isn't it?
I love that.
So sooner or later, as long as your children have children and their children have children, you will become great.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And guess what? You get the title even if you're dead.
Yeah.
That's valid. Yeah. And it probably grows after you die. So.
Yeah, right. You get more grades.
You don't want your legacy to diminish after you die. Right?
I don't know. Does it really matter?
To be honest, what I'm saying is you don't really care, but you don't want to die and then everybody go, that didn't really mean a whole lot. I guess there's no legacy there. Right?
I'm sure.
It's not like I have a record that's going to sell. The great thing about an artist is after they die, their record shoots through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I know.
And paintings.
That's why I'm holding on to the Larry Whitler album. I know in 40 or 50 years that thing's going to be a collector's item.
That's right.
So here's some words of wisdom from different people. These are all.
Every time you say that, I just want to say, "Let it be."
Me too.
Right?
Me too.
I mean, anytime somebody says words of wisdom, you just say, "Let it be."
Speaking words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Just let it be.
Great song, by the way. Great song.
And those are great words of wisdom. Just let it be. Just let it be. The single raindrop never feels responsible for the flood.
Oh, that's cool.
That's words of wisdom right there.
That's cool.
So next time you're in a traffic jam, don't be complaining because you're part of it.
Yeah, you are the single raindrop.
That's right.
You're part of it. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I caused it.
That's right.
You don't want to cause a traffic jam, right?
No, I never understand a traffic jam. Unless there's an accident, then I understand it.
Yeah.
But how many times have you been in a traffic jam and all of a sudden it clears up and there's nothing there? You go, what the heck?
Exactly.
What caused the whole thing? I know what you're going to say. A Canadian driver.
Well, let's be honest, Larry. At the root cause, it's a Canadian driver.
Way down the road somewhere.
We were driving in the Keys on Sunday, and we were going from Duck Key to Isla Morada, which is about 17 miles. It took us an hour and a half. Right?
Wow.
And I'm like, what is the traffic? And so I have an app, it's called Waze. And I go on the Waze, and I kid you not, it was a stoplight. Because, it's 2 lanes, almost all the way down, one way each way.
Right.
And it was a stoplight where people were stopping, right? And so traffic would stop, the light would change, and that's when you would move. And we figured that out from Waze because somebody said, it's stop and go until you get past this light, and then it just opens up. And
really?
And the light was in Key Largo, so it was another 60 miles of that. So it was pretty interesting.
Wow.
I remember being in traffic in the Keys in the heat, and I had no air conditioning in my car, and I kept seeing these billboards for this icy drink that Dunkin' Donuts was selling.
That's good marketing, right?
And so I pulled off when I saw the Dunkin' Donuts, I said, well, I'm getting out of traffic. I'm going to go get one of those icy drinks. On the window at the Dunkin' Donuts was a big poster of the icy drink. I went in and I ordered the icy drink, and she said, well, we don't have any. I said, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
It's on your window.
Every billboard for the last 100 miles.
There's really nothing worse than really having a craving for something, going out of your way to fix that craving, and then it not being there. Oh, that's horrible. Your whole trip was ruined.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man.
Man, that's depressing.
It was awful. I really didn't want coffee. I wanted something icy and cold.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, here's another words of wisdom.
What did you do? What did
I
you do?
I probably just got back in I probably got something. Who knows me? I don't know. But it was like you wait for these.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds like a country music song.
Here's another
I'm
one.
back to my truck like the dog was dead. There you go. It's over.
Oh, yeah. How far are you from your destination?
Well, I got like another 4.5 hours.
Oh, good. So we're not holding you up.
No, I've got time.
All right, here's another one. Remember, you're just a walk-on part in everyone else's play. You got to think about that.
I like that one.
You're just a walk-on part in everyone else's
cool.
play.
Yeah.
You're not as important as you think you are.
Is that better than being an extra?
Yeah, that's better than being an extra. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good.
An
I'm an extra in a lot of parts.
I'm a walk-on part in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who walk past these windows are extras.
That's right. Exactly.
You're a little more than a walk-on. Larry, you may be like a, what do they call them? Not guest stars and not co-stars, but they're other. It's not a cameo. You're more than a cameo.
More than a cameo. Is that right? Wow.
If cameo above a walk-up, that's it. Special guest.
Special guest.
Yeah, this show is a special gift to my life.
Oh my goodness, we've got
something for 30 minutes every day. It's a part of your life.
It is. Galen, we've got a little break here. So we have to catch up on the weather, which looks beautiful, but we've got a weather report and then, of course, a couple of commercials, and we'll be back. And I promise more words of wisdom when we come back. With Galen Unold from Life Health Community Blood Center. Donate blood. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixed with clouds today and a thunderstorm near the coast. High 93 to 95. Patchy clouds tonight, low 72 to 77. Tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds and hot. A thunderstorm mainly inland, high 93 to 96. Friday, still quite hot with clouds and sun and a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lockdock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lockdock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
WOCA. AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
You're listening to The Source, your home for Fox News and Fox Sports Weekends. That's the sound of your skin cooking. Because it's August, it's Florida, and it's hot. That's the sound of cool, refreshing water as you splash into your new Radiant Pool from ASP, America's swimming pool company. And right now is the perfect time to put a Radiant Pool in your yard. Not only will you be cooling off in style while adding value to your home, but now through Labor Day, with any Radiant Pool purchase, you'll receive an all-inclusive Cancun getaway vacation for 4. So you can enjoy your new pool all year round and get an incredible getaway vacation anytime you want it. And Radiant Pools can be installed underground, above ground, and anywhere in between. And did you know that you could finance your new pool with an interest rate as low as 4.99%? But you have to act now. This deal ends on Labor Day. So call ASP, America's Swimming Pool Company, 352-861-7229. That's 352-861-7229. Or stop by their new showroom, 9169 South Highway 441 in Ocala.
Leadership, experience, and proven results matter.
Re-elect Angie Boynton to the Marion County School Board District 4. I have put forth solutions to raise funds for our schools through other avenues. I advocate for the use of juvenile civil citations in lieu of arrest for first-time offenders of some student code of conduct policies. I support the positive alternatives of out-of-school suspension. Teachers have the union, but students, parents, and the community need a voice. I will be that voice for you. Remember, vote Angie Boynton for the Marion County School Board District 4.
Paid political advertisement by the Angie Boynton campaign. 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. Galen Unold, somewhere up in Georgia, driving, and 4 hours away from his destination. We're discussing words of wisdom with Galen. We didn't lose you, did we, Galen?
Let it be.
Yeah, let it be,
Nope.
yes.
Let it be.
So what's your destination again, Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yep.
Hotlanta.
I love how you say it, Atlanta. Atlanta.
Really? How do you say it? What's the difference?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, really? Okay. I never noticed the difference.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Oh, really? See, I never noticed the difference before. All right, some more words of wisdom. You ready? Stop looking for the right person and be the right person.
There you are. I like that one.
What?
Stop looking for the right person and be the right person.
So you're supposed to marry yourself? That's too deep for me.
They'll be gravitated towards you.
Yeah, that's some existentialism right there.
Here's another one. The best time to plant a seed is 10 years ago. The second best time is today.
That's beautiful.
That is good, yeah.
Davy Crockett did both. So, no, that was Johnny Appleseed. I'm sorry, Johnny Appleseed.
He did many. He did many seeds, yeah. Yesterday, today, and 10 years ago. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It's almost a poem.
It's a good point.
I love that. That's wonderful.
I like this one. Don't be the man they think you are. Be the man you know you are.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Of course.
Well, sometimes people think higher of you than you really are. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Just
be dopey.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right. I don't know about that.
Yeah. If you never, this is an old one. If you never lie, you never need to remember what you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Politicians should take heed of that.
A reputation takes years to build, only seconds to destroy.
Yes.
Seconds to destroy. There you go.
Done.
You know, I've often thought this about driving, by the way, that you can be the best driver, and one stupid mistake that hurts somebody, and what difference does it make if you drove for 30 years without an accident? All of a sudden, you know.
Well, that's with everything in life, right?
Yeah.
30 seconds of a bad decision, or you know what I mean. One bad decision can ruin your life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Beer is all about enjoying life, but life is not all about enjoying beer. I wonder who said that to somebody.
I love that.
Well, there you go.
Somebody must have said that.
That came from like Anheuser-Busch. Doesn't that sound like a commercial?
It's Miller time.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, that sounds like it was on a commercial, and that was obviously pre what was Spud McKenzie days.
Oh yeah, I miss him.
My father used to say, "Don't trust anybody."
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to remember that. I find myself being too trusting, but the next one is sort of like that. It says, "Love all."
That's a hard life to live, isn't it? Not to be untrusting of everyone.
Well,
that's hard.
That was my dad's words, but I amended it to be more for me. My thing is that don't trust anybody until they give you good reason to.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I trust people until I have no reason not to.
Oh, really? You give them benefit?
That's what. That's hurt me a lot. But I just don't. I'm a half full guy.
A guy comes up to you on the street. He starts telling you that his mom's in the hospital in Leesburg.
Yeah.
I heard your story of that, and then, but yeah, at the beginning, I'm like, yeah, he's going to trust me because he hasn't asked me for anything. I don't. In that situation, when I say trust, I don't think he's going to kill me. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to attack me in some way or rob me.
Really?
Doesn't mean I'm going to give him any money.
But I was ready for that. I was ready to pull out my phone and call 911. In fact, I was going to pull out my phone and call the police and say, "Hey, there's a guy here that needs a ride."
That's right. He said you're going to impound his vehicle, so can you come pick him up, help him?
All right.
Yeah. I understand that mindset, though. That's for sure.
By the next words of wisdom is kind of a paraphrase of another one that you're familiar with, but I like this one better. Give a man a hamburger and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to hamburger and he'll eat for the rest of his life. I think I like that one is so much better than fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds like something Mark Twain would say. Except I don't think they had hamburgers around his time, but.
They had steaks.
I don't know. I don't know when the hamburger came about, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
But just think about it. If you teach somebody to hamburger, isn't that so much better than teaching them how to fish?
Isn't that a dance? It's a very hard dance to do, isn't it?
No, it's easy. You just go up to a hamburger joint and say, "I'll take one." Here's another one. I love this one. If it were easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
It's become a cliche, but yeah, it's very true. But it's become very much a cliche.
It was used
and
in
it's usually told that. It's used all the time. It's usually told to you when somebody asks you to do something like, "Oh, this is gonna really be hard."
Right.
That's what somebody breaks out. If it was easy, anybody would do it.
But now see here, in sports you didn't have this happen, but in music this is what happened. You used to have to work really hard to be very proficient at being able to play music. You had to learn an instrument, you had to really understand it and really know the nuances of it, etc., etc. The truth is, nowadays you don't need to. You could literally go online, download a software like GarageBand or Band in a Box or anything like that, and literally make something and say, "Hey, this is a song I wrote."
Yeah.
Wow.
Not touching it.
Wow, who's playing the saxophone on that thing?
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
It's me. I did it on my computer. Oh, come on.
I know. I hate that.
Yeah, you're right. But it's but just think about all the people who can now be a musician who don't necessarily have the talent, but have a song in their head.
That's true.
So,
that's true. That's a talent too. All right, accept what you can get and don't get upset.
And all these things are cyclical, right? I believe that the live instrument is going to come back. It's just it's cyclical. It'll take a while, but it'll come back.
But it's still here. It's I guess the whole reason I brought that up as a point is because when you're working really hard to become good at something, and then somebody else ends up making $6 million, and they really never learned anything.
Exactly.
Right. They took and in your mind, in your mind, you're saying, well, they took the shortcut or the easy way.
Yeah.
There's an issue
absolutely.
there.
If it were that easy, everyone would do it.
Sure. Well, apparently they are. Yeah.
Here's another words of wisdom. Life is too short for cheap wine.
There you go.
I don't like wine. I don't drink wine.
Me either.
I know Larry is now a connoisseur after your wine taste. But I every time I drink it, and I always drink it around people who are like wine aficionados, and so I automatically feel like an idiot. Right? Like, well, what would you like? I don't know.
Oh, sure. That would be me too. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And then when they try to describe the taste, you're like, okay.
But see, you could.
I don't have that palate.
But see, you could exchange the word wine for a hotel room. Like if you're driving down the road and you're on
No. When I'm on the road by myself, as long as it's semi-clean, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on a wine, don't you want like a high end?
Well, okay, but life is too.
No, see, that's just it. I don't know.
Life is too short for a stinky hotel room. How about that?
There you go.
That was my wallet. For both, I guess, right? I mean, people pay more for a bottle of wine than a night at a hotel, so.
The next one I want to remember, if I'm in, I don't go to many meetings, but every once in a while in my past, I've had to go to a meeting, and this next line would have been perfect. Cologne should be discovered, not announced.
Oh, I love that.
Sure. And perfume. And body lotion. And when you combine the two together, you need to understand that it's going to make a whole nother smell.
That's right, it is.
And, okay, here's the thing. So sometimes, women like those perfumey hand lotions.
Right.
So they'll put those on, and then it's like, oh my gosh, my eyes are watering. Yeah.
All right, here's another one. If a bear sees a trap, he won't get caught in it.
Exactly.
If a bear sees a trap, he won't get caught in it.
They're smart.
They notice how they didn't say a man. Right? Because depending on the trap, let's just say it's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a trap. Maybe I got a chance.
They will trap you.
I see there's a big noose in the bottom of the floor, but no, it's not a trap. Yeah, women.
I got two more.
The things we do. And for a puppy. And maybe a puppy. If we had to save a puppy.
All right, I got two more. Only bad people count their good deeds.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yep.
And the last one, our lives are short, but the things we can do within that time are infinite.
I love that one.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Deep.
What you can
Very
do.
deep.
It's a little too deep, yeah.
Well, that's what I tell the kids. There's always time for everything. You know, when they're worried,
And that's
there's
why
not enough time.
that's why you have to watch Shark Week on Discovery Channel. Everything else will wait.
That's right. My daughter loves that.
And as long as you're mentioning that, you should watch An Idiot Abroad.
That's right.
Oh boy.
The India, the one where he goes to India.
Oh man.
You gotta see it.
Hey, that's the only episode you've ever seen, right?
It's the only one I'm recommending.
All right. I want you to expand and see if the rest of the series is pretty good.
Well, there is one. He goes to China and he walks the whole length of the wall, and he gets to the ocean. He goes, "You can walk around it." He goes, "What good is this? How did this stop anybody?" It's funny.
That's right.
Funny stuff. All right, we're almost out of time, Robin. How we need a real quick segue.
Well, life is too short if you dwell on it. So go to Life South Community Blood Centers. Make sure you do something great with your time and help another person have another time.
There's that music.
Oh, beautiful.
Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
We today are at the Lowe's on East 40 on Silver Springs Boulevard, right there in Ocala.
All right, excellent. Go donate blood. You will save 3 lives just by doing that. It takes about a half hour. If you can't get to the Bloodmobile, go to Life South on Silver Springs Boulevard, next to the Cascades. In Denellen, where would you go, Robin?
Right next to the Winn-Dixie.
Okay. Galen, be careful.
Winn-Dixie.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you guys for everything. Bye, y'all.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. ISIS has beheaded an American journalist, James Foley. A grisly online video has been posted by the terrorist army.
Foley's family has asked for privacy while they mourn. In this video, ISIS says that if the U.S. attacks against them continue, it will execute the other American hostage they have, Steven Sotloff, a man from Miami.
Fox's Leland Vittert. President Obama is expected to make a statement later today. Ferguson, Missouri was quieter overnight. Authorities credit community leaders for their help in preventing more violence, but say not all the troublemakers are locals.
There were 47 arrests tonight, and early this morning compared to 31 at the same time yesterday. I will add that one of the arrestees was an out-of-state violator who we've arrested for the 3rd time.
Missouri State Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson. Unless the Supreme Court says no, gay marriage will become legal in Virginia tomorrow. Fox News, we report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Okay, easy. All right, set her down. Over there. Easy.
What are you doing?
Oh, honey, you're home early. Nothing.
Really? Because it looks to me like you've torn up the entire yard with this giant tractor.
Not all of it. There is a small section over there I didn't
That's
get.
not even funny. Why are you tearing up my yard?
Well, the sprinkler head broke.
So you thought it was a good idea to fix it with a huge tractor?
Well, not at first, but then when I tried to fix it, I hit the main line. Thought it would be a good idea
You thought all of this was a good idea? Here's an idea. Why don't you just call Mike Scott Plumbing? It's that easy. In fact, let me help you out with that. 237-2888.
But it's the weekend.
I know. They don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. Remember the commercials? If water runs through it, they do it. And they're already on their way. So get this monstrosity out of my yard.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
A crane? Really?
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
We should eat our larger meals earlier in the day so we have energy, and eat our smallest meal at night so the body can focus on sleeping. Successful relationships aren't supposed to be perfect. They require vulnerability. Telling yourself that a guy isn't good enough, our expert says you're really just giving yourself an excuse to stop trying. Couples should send 2 texts a day that provoke interest, like, I want to tell you about this cool vacation idea I had.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.